And welcome back to the semifinals of this week's KSL, the Korean StarCraft League, week number 76, and we have found ourselves in the first semifinals match. And spawning in the top left hand corner of Pylon, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Shopify Aurelian. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Orange Protoss, representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our best of three. And this could go either way. Here. Again, both ByuN and Classic, they are powerful players in their own right. I expect this to go the ace match. I expect this to go back and forth into game 3. But ByuN opens up with a cheeky SCV. Let's go. Now, if you look at the attack path, the scouting path, he does avoid the probe. So he does intentionally avoid the probe. He does skirt around the edge, and he is here to eBay block. Ooh, but nice scout here by Classic. He does see this well ahead of time. Does spot the eBay, does pull the boys, and with this he will focus down that SCV. He will disrupt the eBay and cancel. Nicely done. For those that are curious, the goal, the purpose of this opener from the side of ByuN is to delay the expansion to the point where you're forced to expand elsewhere, at the third location, at the linear third or the triangular third, the unnatural natural, if you will. That's typically the goal. But if you scout this ahead of time, you can pull the boys, you can focus on the eBay, and then you can expand freely at your natural base. This would have been disastrous if Classic didn't see this in time, and if the eBay had gotten too much HP, too much health, too much regression on the construction of the building. So Classic, he does defend in time. With that, does expand. Behind this, because he had to invest into the eBay, he could not afford, I should say, ByuN could not afford a CC. ByuN could not afford a command center, so he had to go for the factory instead, into a delayed CC. So racks into factory into CC. A bit of a delayed economy here by ByuN. Into an Adder into Hellion production. Okay, now this is a way for ByuN to try to recover and try to get ahead economically. Hellions this early on, they don't really scale too well into a longer game, but what they can do is roast up workers. How many Hellions to one-shot a probe? 3. Takes 3 Hellions to one-shot a worker. Here we go. Oh. As Marine does go down. Delays the CC as well, scouts the Hellions, and what's important now that Classic is aware the Hellions, SimCity. We should be getting ready to wall up and wall off. Stalker's moving in, Adept as well. He's getting ready for the Hellion aggression because we have 2 more on the way, up to 4 Hellions. And here comes the beginning of the wall. Gateway's thrown down. Behind this, going for a second Rax. Ooh, a very fast second Rax. Now, if we see a third Rax from here, 2-base all in. Like, this will be the beginning of a 2-base all in, so we're waiting for a third Rax. Really fast eBay, really fast +1. So very aggressive build here. You can see we're fully walled up. And the army's walled off. The Adept gets focused out. Nice repositioning at a Classic. As the Adept falls, the Stalker does replace it immediately. Again, just ensuring this is airtight. Hellions are denied. And behind this, we're still waiting for that second Rax or for the starport. Like, this could just be a 2-1-1. It's kind of a weird way to get there. Classic going for a bit of a greedy build, actually. Classic going 2 gates into a third. Very greedy. Staying on a low gateway count. So basically, Classic is defending with the bare minimum. With the bare minimum amount of units. ByuN, he does scout the third. He's aware of how greedy Classic is being. Tank production is underway. Hallucination does get eyes on the eBay. Classic, he has seen enough. Again, he sees 2 Raxes. He sees the eBay. He did not see the third Rax. As we mentioned, like, we were looking for the third Rax ourselves. But based on everything that he saw, he knows that there should be one on the way. And we can see, we confirm at least. So third Rax. This does scream 2-base all in. ByuN, he will have the option to pull the boys to hit with +1 and with stim. And the Hallucination confirms for Classic. He does get eyes on the third Rax. Basically, ByuN, he's going to be building up a terrifying marine army and working towards that timing with +1, stim, and as we mentioned, he can pull the boys with this, and he can just send it. Oh boy. And it's going to be on Classic to slow this down. Classic, he's already being active. Remember, he has Blink. Blink is done. And it's so important that he gets eyes on the push and he slows it down as much as he can. Speaking of, here it comes. here it comes. Classic, he pokes in. Oh, gets a Marine. Gets a Marine. He has to respect the tanks. Classic, he has high ground vision going for the backs. Can he deny stim? No shot. Stim is going to be huge. He has stim missiles. Oh no, he goes to the SCVs. He could have gone for it. He went for the SCVs instead. He was tempted. Goes to the tank. Match repair. The tank will survive. No, it will not. Tank does go down, but for the cost of 2 stalkers. At the same time, ByuN commits across the map. Bit of miscontrol here for a bit of his pathing, I should say. Misrally from Classic. The local is brutal. The Immortal is started down. Massive pickup. Tank boys as well, but ByuN's pulling this off. Yeah, still pulling this off. Stim is done. And now he can stim in. Catch out some of the stalkers. Tanks are a little bit far back. There's only 1 tank left. Only 1 tank remaining. And Classic holds. Ooh. Classic, he does hold on. Ooh, +1 is going to be denied though. It's going to be delayed. It's going to be depowered. Charge almost complete. Yeah, and ByuN just doesn't have enough. He does not have enough to keep going. Classic big thing doing the tank. Likewise, once again, catching reinforcements. ByuN trying to catch at these stalkers, trying to. Oh, gets one. Gets 1 more stalker. What do we see? 2 more maxes. 2 more maxes here at the natural. No 3rd CC, but ByuN's getting caught out. Yeah, he's getting caught out. Massive pickoffs. Another tank goes down. 0 tanks, 0 bunkers. Remember, ByuN was the one that was going all in. ByuN was the one being aggressive. He's not meant to be back at home. That's why there's nothing here. He shouldn't be defending in this kind of game state, but he lost everything. He lost everything, and now he's stuck at home. He's stuck with his pants down. Raxes are spotted. Classic does blink in. Boys are being pulled, and ByuN, he is going to be able to hold on here, but at a cost. And remember, he doesn't really have many workers to lose to begin with, as Classic has double the worker count. Classic, he's got 61 probes across the map. Ooh, the Immortal does overextend. But Classic is on a full 3-base economy. Remember, ByuN has been 2-base all in this entire time. Like, he has no workers, he has limited mules. And he did choose to throw down 2 more Raxes instead of a 3rd CC. So he's just doubling down, getting up to a 5-rack setup on 2 bases. Classic jumping into the main. Classic drops in. Catching more SCV kills, as we mentioned. Like, ByuN, he can't afford to lose them. Storm is halfway done. We don't even need Storm, to be honest, as Zells. Yeah, they're overwhelming. They're just overwhelming the natural. Catching another tank. No, another tank goes down. Another tank falls. GG gets called. Classic, he overwhelms, and Classic, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Classic does take a lead in this series, does take the first game, and we'll see if ByuN can recover coming into game 2. As a reminder, this all began with the opener. ByuN, he did decide, or he was forced to go for a more inefficient start because of the failed eBay block. He was able to delay by a couple of seconds, but he was shut down early on. From there, he went into Reactor Hellion, and we saw the Reactor Hellion also did no damage. Classic, he did a great job scouting, responding, reacting to the Reactor Hellion. He was able to shut it down. Oh. He was able to shut it down ahead of time, and more importantly, he was able to scout the follow-up. He was able to scout the 2-base all-in, and did a great job at slowing it down. In the end, if you remember, he did not deny stim, but he did snipe tanks. He was sniping tanks, he was sniping marines, he was slowing down the push as well, buying time for his own defenses, and with that, Classic was able to shut down the all-in completely. GG. GG will play. Now we're getting into game 2, and we'll see how our players do adjust. We'll see how we adjust, how we adapt. Again, personally, I'm expecting an ace match, but the pressure is now on ByuN. The pressure is on, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Orange Protoss leading the series 1-0, representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Again, he's down in the series. The pressure is on. Let's see if he can recover. Oh, as once again, we move out not just with one, with two SCVs, Proxy Churax. Proxy Churax here out of ByuN. He's going to commit. He's going to double down. His two SCVs are moving out, but what's important here is that here comes the Probe Scout. Classic, he will spot this immediately. When I say he spots this, he will spot the fact that there are no Raxes. So he's now aware. Now, we spoke about this before, but when it comes to TvP, it is not uncommon to hide the Rax in the main, at the natural, or at the third. So it's going to be on this probe to determine what exactly is going on. He's shaking. Yeah, he's checking the standard proxy location, and Classic, he will find it. Wow, he finds this immediately. Ay, ay, ay. That second Rax is going to be delayed. The first one, oh, even the first one delayed as well. Yeah, big delay here. Every second counts. Probe force back. Another probe has arrived. Does force a cancel. And with that, ByuN is going to try to deviate, going to try to transition out of this. Classic, of course, confirms. And he's going to be feeling pretty good about this. He's in a very good position here. He does expand, going for his own cyber core as well. There's going to be one Reaper to be concerned about. With good enough worker control, Classic shouldn't lose much of this first Reaper. But this is a stronger start for Classic. Much stronger start. As Reaper does bust in. So far gets a probe kill, gets one. Dances with the army, gets another. Ooh, 2 probe kills, not bad. Not a bad start out of ByuN. Again, workers should not have gone down. So ByuN getting the most out of what he can, out of what he has. Doing what he can, back, doing what he can. As Classic setting up the proxy. Honestly, I do like this. Classic going for his own aggressive response to try to punish ByuN. As Classic going for a second gateway. From here, we can go for a proxy third gateway as well. And go for 3-gate aggression. ByuN is still trying to recover. Again, he's had no Rax production this entire time. Show us that Rax. There it is. Sorry, I say Rax. Gateway. You know what I mean. So 3-gate. It's going to be 3-gate pressure here from Classic. This is not an all-in, but this is a way to punish a Terran player if they fall behind. Ooh, the probe is scattered. Big moment here. ByuN, he knows. He should be aware that something is wrong, and he will scout. He will scout, he will confirm. Yeah, it does get eyes on the proxy, but just because he knows doesn't mean he can stop it. Remember, the reason why this works is because of ByuN. He did fall behind. He had a really rough start. Bunker's now on the way. There is that Cyclone. Second Cyclone as well. That should be enough. Should be enough here. Yeah, brutal lock on. Oh my god. Catching a Stalker. Very nice. Gets one, and he will get 2. Yeah, 2 Stalkers will go down for a Cyclone. See, Classic trying to catch out that Cyclone as well. So this time he breaks the lock on. Bunker will complete. But there's nothing to fill up the bunker is the problem. Just the Reaper. Just the Reaper. Classic is doubling down. Does double down. Rushing past, he wants a Cyclone, but the medevac is here to juggle. Ooh, and Classic is overextending. He's overextending here. This is not worth it. It's losing another 2 Stalkers. This is being shut down completely. ByuN with a beautiful response. Getting the lock on, catching another Stalker, almost catching another Stalker. And Classic is pinned. He's pinned back. But the lock-ons are insane. Losing so many Stalkers, losing far too many, and with that, ByuN takes a massive lead. As how many? 9 Stalkers have gone down for only 2 Cyclones. The power of the Cyclone. Like, the Cyclones were the MVPs. They were the MVPs here for ByuN. The lock-ons were so brutal. And the Cyclones, they completely shut Classic down. The Cyclowns, yeah, the Cyclowns. Aye, aye, aye. And with that, ByuN is back in this. He's back in this game. He's going to be able to saturate on 2 bases, building up his Raxes. Classic behind this is going to get his 3rd. And he cannot push out. Like, not like this. Not anymore. Now, from here, I wouldn't be opposed to ByuN throwing down throwing down more Raxes and committing to an all-in. I say that it's a later eBay. We have an earlier starport. ByuN, he's a little bit more set up to expand. Liberated does get across the map. Does get across. Oh, catching at the tank. Tank does go down as well. Likewise, nice focus firing here out of Classic, getting the tank and the Marines. Again, lack of control here from ByuN to save the units with that medevac. Okay, we have a back and forth. At this point, we have a back and forth. Now, Classic, he takes the better fight in the center of the map. We're getting messy, Pat. We're not getting Ronaldinho. Oh, no. Soldiers move out. They blink it. They once again, they get a tank. That's worth it. Oh, my. That's a kill. Oh, my God. He gets a kill in the CC. Aye, aye, aye. Speaking of being worth it, Pappy, that was also very worth it. Oh, no. 400 minerals down the drain. CC has to be rebuilt, but again, that was a kill. Oh, no. And with a Classic is all over ByuN. All over him. Liberated doing what it can. Storm is on the way. Classic, he's free to just research Storm and just build up back at home, saturate his 3rd, get a 4th base as well. We speak about this all the time about when it comes to TvP and momentum, right? Like, TvP is so momentum based, and right now Classic does have a lot of momentum, and this can very quickly snowball out of control. Like, once a Protoss player gets map control, then they can mass expand and they can overwhelm, and they can make it so difficult for ByuN to ever take a 3rd. Now, this drop play can bring him back for sure. There's a 4th for Classic. ByuN may be able to force a cancel. That's the least that he's hoping for, is to cancel the base. Sims in. Does sim in. And he will force a cancel. Not bad. Oh, oh my God. And there is that cancel. That will delay Classic. Good start. Good start here for ByuN. That is kind of the beginning here of a long journey of that comeback. 3rd base now being taken. ByuN, he will push out. Storm is ready, and there are 2 High Templar in the Prism. Oh, does he spend a Storm here? He does. Yeah, does spend a, I mean, he's got plenty of High Templar. Never mind. In my mind, he only had 2, but nah, he's got plenty. He's got 6 High Templar. He's got plenty of Storms. Here comes the main push. Classic, he does miss this. There was no scout. He's not aware until now. And now he's supposed to the army. Classic, he responds. Tanks, they do siege. But here come the Storms. First one zones. Tanks are the first to go down. Ooh, brutal Storm in the army. And Classic, he will completely clean this up at the same time, though. Liberated into the main and getting 5 more probe kills, getting 8 in total. Not bad. But the main army is the big concern. As ByuN, he has no tanks. He has no tanks behind this. He has no bunkers. He's out in the open. He's vulnerable to Storms. He is vulnerable. And the Storms are coming. And remember, this is too early for a Ghost. Or I say too early. ByuN opted not to go for a Ghost Academy. Didn't go for it early on. ByuN is finally making Vikings. Nice spread, though. Very nice spread out of ByuN. Oh my God. He's spreading like crazy. The Storms do minimal damage, but there's still too much. Like, the reality is, oh God, as the Storms, they clean up what little is left. It shows how far behind ByuN was, as the Gateway Army on its own was enough to break through, even without the Storms. Boys are being pulled. Storm on the bio. Zeltzer coming in. Now we have the Ghost Academy on the way, but GG gets called. It's too little too late, and Classic, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Congratulations, Classic. He will claim the series, but a shout out to ByuN because he did, of course, pose a threat here. Game 1 was a little bit more one-sided. Game 1, like, Classic was all over ByuN. Game 2 was more back and forth. Game 2, like, ByuN, he had his own moments as well when it came to the early Cyclone defense, right? Like, the Cyclone defense against the 3-gate aggression was really well done for ByuN, and he was able to shut it down. If you remember, though, it was after that where ByuN, he was unable to preserve his army. He lost a tank, he lost a bunch of marines. His counterattack, his push did fall on its face, and that is where Classic was able to get back map control. From there, was able to shut down his opponent. If you remember, it was right after Classic shut down that first push. That's where he killed the tank, and he got a kill on the 3rd CC. And that was almost game then and there. Like, it's so difficult to recover from that kind of loss. And we saw that ByuN, he was able to go for some drops, that's true, but I mean, you saw just how little he had there to work with, and GG. GG, well played. With that, Classic, he will claim the series, and the question becomes, who's up next? Who is up next? The hell's going on?